TillDeathInfo.com. It's your man Kill.
And Dr. Roz, and we're back for another Fabulous Female Fridays.
Took the words right out. But like we said earlier, we're not doing any Female Fridays or anything this week. We are answering questions so people can get the answers and hopefully help their marriages and family and all that good stuff. So we're excited about this question because this is the first question we've ever gotten from a man.
Yay.
So we're excited about that. We got a lot of dudes who roll with us, and I know men don't really talk or leave comments, but we were excited about this. So prayerfully more men will start to leave comments, because I know men be beefing with their marriage. Come on.
I know, quit tripping.
You know, so.
But I really called Kill, and I was like screaming in his ear, like, we got a comment from a man.
So this is the perfect place you can do. You know how many anonymous comments we get. So we're not going to give nobody's name. So, but all that to say, the question is a pertinent question because I've seen it in a lot of marriages and relationships that I know of. And basically what's going on is the guy was saying that he has a lot of female friends that he had before he got married, that he knew before he met his wife. But she wants him to dead these relationships. And his thing is he disagrees wholeheartedly with it, and he wants to know what should he do. Really, what's the right thing to do? So I want to applaud him for even asking what's the right thing to do. Not more so.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
What's the right thing to do. So
see, there are some men out there, good men, that are trying to save their marriages and do the right thing in their marriages. And I think sometimes we just get the idea that when a marriage falls apart, it's automatically the man's fault.
I don't know where you get that from.
Oh, because there's a saying.
Men cheat most of the time.
Men cheat, yeah.
So I guess I know.
Yeah, so, brother, if we really knew who you were, we might like buy you dinner or something. But
she's the doctor.
She'll buy you dinner.
Yeah. So,
with your wife.
Yeah,
with your wife.
So what do you think is
okay, so I have a lot of male friends. Here's one. My husband has a lot of female friends that we both had coming into the marriage. And I don't necessarily see a problem with it, but the way we do things is that we don't have outside friends. So I know all his female friends. He knows all my male friends. Or he's heard me talk about them if he hasn't met any of the people from college or whatever. He kind of gets a clue when I go back to homecoming. I'm like, oh, this is so-and-so, and this is so-and-so, and we cool like this. And, you know, I give the whole explanation because I never want to put him in a situation to where he has to feel suspicious.
Right.
So even with his female friends, it's almost like we're friends now. You know, like if they call, it's like, oh, how's Roz doing? Then I get on the phone and
we know once
I'm a talker.
Phone, it's a wrap.
I take over the conversation, you know, so I may be at this point cooler with his female friends. And that's okay because that works for us. So what we do is that we don't have any outside friends. Now, if there was a situation where he had some chick that he was saying this is his homegirl, yet, you know, she started taking priority over me, I'm shutting that down. That's not going down in my household. I mean, it shouldn't. Why is this chick so special? Let me not say chick. Why is this young lady so special that she gets priority over your wife? No one should have priority over your wife. I'm sorry, it's your wife. So if there's a situation to where you're hiding a friendship or having this friendship in secrecy, and we really don't know because he didn't give us that much information, but if you're hiding this friendship or secretly meeting for lunch, and like my husband knows every time I meet with this dude, right? And your wife knows every time we're together, plus they see the product. Right. And we were saying we were meeting and then they never saw anything. They'd be like, well, so what's really up with you and Kill? You know what I mean? But, you know, if there's this opportunity of where you are, you know, secretly doing stuff, then you're going to leave your wife, you know, suspicious. And if she's anything like me, and I'm, you know, Kill hates when I self-disclose, but if you leave me to suspect anything, I will create...
She's going to create a whole...
In 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. I will have the main character, everything. I'll have all the time, everything, the chapters. Oh, it would be a bestseller. So to combat that, and if you know that that's an issue for your wife, if this is a friendship that your wife can't be friends with, then you need to investigate the reason why she doesn't want to be friends with this person. Right. And it may not be so much your wife, it may be something that you were doing.
True.
You know, if you walking out the house to talk to your homegirl, you know, you going to kick it in the man cave, or you know, you can't talk to your homegirl in front of your wife. That's a problem.
And I agree with Roz. I mean, I think one of the first things before me and T got married is she met a lot of my female friends, so that she could understand, like, yo, this is just a friendship. You know what I mean? I think that was one of the first things we had to do. And even times that I've met people after I got married, me and Roz met after, you know, Tanya and I were married, and it was more of like, yo, Roz is crazy cool, y'all need to meet. You know, I think that that has to be it has to be a meeting thing, so that
you guys have a lot in common,
right? You know, so that, like you said, maybe it's almost to a point where you become just as cool with, you know, the female as, I mean, a lot of T's friends here in DC and in Maryland are my female friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's something that you've got to do, and even if that hasn't been done, then I think it should be done, and you know, there should be some introductions made. I think another piece is, and this isn't just for women, it's for men and women in general, because like you said, you have your male friends too, is that a lot of times it may be your wife's insecurities or your husband's insecurities about, well, I don't want you to be friends with them. You know, and I've seen this throughout time. I've seen it in real life. I've seen it in sitcoms when women are like, well, you didn't tell me she was that pretty. You know what I mean? I didn't know. If I knew she was that pretty, then she couldn't be your friend. So I think with women, y'all kind of have this whole little dynamic, like if she's ugly, or if, you know, if I'm cuter than her, then she can be your friend. But if she's cuter than me, then she can't.
She look a mess.
That's too much insecurities right there. It shouldn't matter what the chick looks like, whether she's Kim Kardashian or whether she's, you know, Bonita from Southeast DC. It shouldn't matter what the friend. It shouldn't matter what what the friend looks like. It should be about exactly. It should be about what the friendship is. Now, with that being said, because there's a lot of layers to this, because a lot of times people give us more, but we won't let everything out. But people, I feel like, skim off the top a little bit with the questions. It's hard for us to really give you great advice because we don't know certain things,
and then we don't have an email to follow up and ask questions. So,
but I think what's also caused a lot of problems is our past behavior. So you may have some men who you wasn't on the up and up, and at the end of the day, like I always said, and this is true story. This is real talk, that if a woman stays with you after you've cheated or you've lied or you've been deceitful in some way, what you're turning that woman into is a crazy fool. It's not disrespect against y'all. It's our fault. But that's what we're turning you into. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because if somebody does something deceitful to you and you move on and you leave that person or whatever, you know,
you don't have to deal with that.
You don't have to deal with it.
Gotcha.
But once it's the same for women to a man. You turn us into a crazy fool, and like Martin said, we in the bushes with the pajamas on, looking to see where you at. But that's what a crazy what a crazy fool is. A crazy fool is somebody who is checking your computer. You get off the computer, they on the computer, doing the history searches, looking at your. But that's what we made that.
Your actions
have created that.
Yeah, because if they weren't doing that before,
right, then that's not the thing. So that's the thing. So, you know, I don't know if your actions did something, and then your wife is like, nah, I don't trust none of these chicks, so you got to net all of them. So when you skim off the top, we really don't know everything, but I know another layer is definitely Facebook, because what Facebook has done is Facebook. When I was on Facebook, I had people reaching out to me from 4th grade. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, there's no way I'm able to, you know, my wife is able to know about all of these people.
Right, that's
you know what I mean? So when you get in the Facebook world, you're talking about...
And people don't respect your relationship status on Facebook. Mine clearly says married. Yet I get messages, you know, I had a crush on you back in the day.
Yeah, and I think what that turns into too is a lot of times people look at where people are now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a situation of, okay, well,
let me see where I can get in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Facebook also opens up a whole nother realm of, here are all these friends. You know, because in my eyes, unless we had a falling out, you're always going to be my homie. Or homeboy. You know, it doesn't matter if we haven't spoken in 20 years. You know, unless something happened and we were beefing, then if I haven't spoken to somebody who I went to high school with, but that was like my ace pal and partner,
and you connect,
and we connected, then it's like, yo, everything is good. Tanya's definition is totally different. You know, for her, it's more of a, we haven't seen each other in 10 years. We need to reconnect. We need to learn each other again. Like you start all over again with her. Yeah. You know, whereas with me, male or female. Yeah, it's not just females, but it's male or female.
I think that's personality traits, though.
Yeah, it's just a personality. But what I'm just saying is that with Facebook, it's hard to now say, "Oh, hey, baby, here are, you know,
here my 200 friends,
my 200 homegirls from." You know, 1978 to 2000 to the time we got married. Yeah. So I think that's a whole nother layer of things there. But I think at the end of the day, you kind of have to pick and choose your battles. And what I mean by that is that if these are the people that your wife knows about, then I definitely think you should stand firm in saying, you know, these are my friends. And what can I do to make you feel comfortable with the relationship that we have? And the same if it was a dude saying to his wife, like, I want you to date your male friends. You know, I think it has to become a discussion now. The 200 friends that you got on Facebook that you haven't spoken to in the past 20 years, obviously they're not that important because you haven't talked to them in 20 years.
But see, here's my trick. This is what I do. So, getting back to what you said earlier about, you know, like I always throw my husband a birthday party. Right. You know, I'm always seeing some of his new coworkers. Some of the women are very attractive. Okay. Some of them, you know, may seem very flirtatious. But what I do, so that I don't look like this crazed fool, as you call it, I quickly befriend them. So you're going to get to know everything about me. So when you're trying to be with my man, you're going to feel real bad in your spirit about doing me wrong.
That's a great Christian answer. I just joke because it's like, women feel bad in their spirits every day. They ain't gonna stop no hoes. But I understand what you're saying.
No, but I'm just saying, like I think that is kind of like work for me because they know I'm checking in.
That's good.
I'm checking in, and I'm nice to them. How you doing? How's your family? What's going on with your kids? Yeah. I'm involved in their lives. I'm just letting you know that
some hoes don't care. They don't. But good Christian way.
But you know, I can't control them. Can't control my husband, but I got to control my actions.
I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying some hoes don't care.
He needs to understand.
I understand.
He knows the understanding.
I understand. Stop giving me the evil eye. So I understand.
Was I giving you?
Yeah. I'm serious, but it's okay. Right. So all that to say that through the different. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. So through all those layers, you kind of just have to look back. So if these have been your homegirls since day one and your wife knows about them, then y'all need to have that conversation about, well, what is it? What has happened that makes you feel like they can't investigate be my friends anymore? You know, if you've done some sneaky conniving stuff, then at the end of the day, you may have to just bite the bullet.
Now look, some dudes are just socially inept and they don't realize when another woman is flirting with them.
Yeah, and I feel that. But to me, this is like his friends. So it's not like, that's another conversation.
But maybe the chick has done that.
And the wife saw it?
Yeah, and the wife saw it.
Oh, yeah. Then if that happens, but that's why I said that's where the conversation needs to come from, where, well, why don't you want them? Then that's
But see, I'm that chick. We're going to have a conversation with this person together.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, but I'm just saying that comes back to the conversation of, well, what happened to make you want me not to be with this? And then she could say, well, when we was at the barbecue, I felt like blah, 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 blah.
Well, so that's fixing your plate.
Right.
And blah, blah.
That's where that comes back to. The Facebook friends, one thing that I've heard, and we're going to do a whole week on Facebook.
Yeah, but one of the
great things that I read about Facebook is, I didn't know this, but you can have, I guess, a page together where it's like you and your husband's page.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. So you can kind of do one page, and I guess y'all just share it, you know. And it's
my husband won't even get on Facebook.
It's a situation where this way, any instant message a guy or girl sends, your spouse sees, and everything like that. So I just think with the Facebook thing, you may have to fall back. But the number one thing is, why does she want you to dead this? And I know a lot of women feel like, I should have to explain. I just want it to be done, but
no, you need to give reasons.
Part of the marriage.
People need reasons.
You got to explain what it is, and you got to give him a chance to do it, because I just don't think that's fair on any stage. I don't want T to be like, oh, you can't have any more male friends. It's like, nah. You know, I actually sometimes think in a very platonic, we respect each other. I think male and female friends can actually be helpful in your marriage. Yeah. So. You know,
I mean, you helped my marriage a great deal.
Hey, I try.
He is always checking me about.
She's always giving me something too. So, prayerfully that answers your question.